What's going on, all you freaks, geeks, and everything else in between them sheets? It's your beautiful bald bestie, your crazy Canuck, Damien, aka NvrNrml, and thanks to you, we hit our goal across our Sleep Token videos, so today I'm happy to say we are back with a full album reaction to Sleep Token's Take Me Back to Eden. Releasing in May of 2023 and debuting at number 3 on the UK albums chart, Take Me Back to Eden is the finale of the Sleep Token album trilogy, which included 2019's Sundowning and 2021's This Place Will Become Your Tomb. Take Me Back to Eden includes many fan favorites like The Summoning, which we've already reacted to, and Aqua Regia, a song many of you have recommended in the comment section of our previous videos. The album contains 6 singles, all of which were received with praise from fans who anxiously awaited the drop. Led by the mysterious and unknown band's frontman, Vessel, performing the vocals and playing the guitar, bass, and keyboard, while band member 2 plays the drums. The album also contains production engineering by Vessel himself and Carl Brown, with mastering credits going to Stephen Carey, both of which are names you may recognize from albums by bands like Bring Me the Horizon or While She Sleeps. Now, before we truly begin our reaction and review, I would like to quickly thank YouTubers Arcade Edits and Blazing Visions for their lyric video edits that will be used in today's reviews and reactions, so that way we can take a more in-depth look at the artwork that Sleep Token has created. As while the visualizers are incredibly beautiful, it is with tools like these edits that we are able to further appreciate the passion and genius behind the work. Now, before I continue blabbering, I think it's time we should get into the first song and the first single of the 12-song album, Take Me Back to Eden, titled Chokehold. Heavy intro. Okay. Setting the tone for the album, maybe? Vessel, brother, your voice. A little slower than what I normally like so far, but not bad. Still the build-up, of course. Nice floating. So it hasn't really dropped yet or anything, but just off that start alone, it seems like a pretty good intro song to an album because it kind of fits like setting up an action scene. Again, it hasn't dropped, but like if it was a movie or something like that, it would fit before the actual action happened, which I know this is a multi-genre band and a multi-genre album. So the fact that it hasn't quite like hit hard on the first song doesn't bother me in the slightest yet, even though we're a minute and a half in. I still like it. The piano key is okay. The mixing's really nice. That's the first we're not worthy of the video. Let's go. Make me eat my words. for such simple lyrics, they still have emotion behind them, and that's what I love about Sleep Token is even when they're not like blowing you away, you can feel emotion and storytelling to their lyrics in their videos. So it's definitely not my favorite Sleep Token song, but as an album opener as a whole, and even because I know it was the first song they dropped as a single spoiler for the album, that would be enough for me to be like, okay, I need to listen to this album because it covered a nice bit of vocal melody there. I'm not sure if that's quite the right word to say. Like he didn't stretch his vocal cords and hit in crazy high notes or scream or anything crazy like that, like a heavy metal or like an Asking Alexandria screamo kind of Motionless in White. But it was enough to grab your attention and show you that they have a story to tell and that they have passion to their music. And the drop was pretty crazy, like for an intro, honestly. Like I literally said I ate my words immediately because I was sitting there a minute and a half in going, okay, it's cool, but it might not be it. And it was it. So I would honestly give that a solid like if we're doing a 10 out of 10 scale. Without hearing the rest of the album, probably a solid like 7-ish, 6.5, 7 without it being meant with any harm. It's just I think that they can do more based on what I've heard before, but at the same time, I'm not remotely upset by the song, and I'm probably gonna end up saving it to my Spotify list. So, and now it's time for the second single off of Take Me Back to Eden, The Summoning, which we have done a reaction to the official visualizer, and I'll link that in our description if you'd like to check that out. So this is actually the only song from the album that we have heard before. Everything else is a first time reaction, a first time review, a first time listen, just like we try to stay true on NvrNrml here. So let's give this one a go. I'm going to probably not talk as much, but I will highlight some of the things I like if they come up again. I will say, and if you haven't heard The Summoning in full, listen to it outside of a reaction video. So far, The Summoning has been a favorite of mine that I've heard from them, just because it's got the pace that I love, and it's a little bit harder, and the visualizer for it was fucking incredible. Go to go! Vessel on the guitar is insane too. Oh, it's not even the first time I'm hearing it and I'm still feeling this in my soul. Just rides so smoothly. The underlying screaming there just fits so well. Nice little soft spot after such a hard moment and just a hard song as a whole. Such a talented production group. I love this part every time. Such a beautiful song. Like I said, we've already done our reaction to it, so we don't have much to say about it, but it definitely highlights so well the band's like fluidity in genres. Like it just comes back in after being a heavy, heavy, heavy song to being just kind of a nice little background vibe, you know, not really my jazz, but I still love it for what it is. Um, and then it just comes in with this grit and attitude out of fucking nowhere. And that's like if that was a longer portion of the song or a song on its own right, which there could be a song on this album, we don't know this yet, that has that attitude to it, we're fucking here for it. Like bravo. Again, this is already on our save list. This to me is easily an 8. There's no question. All right, folks, we are back with Granite, the third single from Take Me Back to Eden, and another song we have never heard before. Let's give it a shot. A little more techno, sorry, than what we might like. Okay. I like the vocals, but I like the message, and I don't hate the vocals. Just it's not what I like or what I expect from Sleep Token. I don't know. The main kind of rhythm to it I don't hate. I just need... Okay. Say, I just need something more to it. Still a little too clubby for me. Which isn't even a club song, but it's a little too much. Ooh, that's a good line. Okay. The vocals and the actual lyrics I like. I don't really care for the instrumental. I hate to say that. I love the message though. Conflicted. If you didn't tell me this is a Sleep Token song, I might skip it if it came on shuffle just because it didn't immediately grab me. And I hate saying that. Ooh, oh. Every fucking time. If this came in earlier, I would have sat there and listened to the whole song, guaranteed. But it took too long. See? You could layer that over it earlier, and it fits so fucking well. I'm no musician, but to me, as a listener, it's just... You miss the opportunity to do it early enough? Fuck, I hate taking them. don't like to have to critique them. Because I still appreciate it. I still appreciate it a lot. It just doesn't hit the way it needed to until too late for me. So Granite for me, I would say 5 or 6, like 5.5 to 6, is just considered a good song. Can listen to it any time. Granite for me sadly hits that like 4 to 5 mark, where just because it took too long to grab my interest, I don't care. And I hate to say that because as soon as it did get good, it was really good, as you saw my reaction. But I can't do it. I don't know. So I think I think a 4 probably. I hate to say it for them, but even that feels kind of generous, and that's mostly because I like the good part. So, I don't know. All right, now it is time for the fourth single off of Sleep Token's "Take Me Back to Eden," a song that all of you have requested quite a fair bit down in the comment section. And even though I know it's a little bit more techie based on what y'all have told me, I've been told I'm gonna like this, so I'm pretty excited. Let's get into Aqua Regia, which I'm sure I might be saying wrong, and y'all can correct me. See, if this was like violin strings or something, I think I would appreciate it more. It just sounds stupid. The keyboard? Piano, whatever. See, this is the energy that I needed Granite to have, even initially before that drop. If it had this energy where it just kind of immediately grabs you, I would be okay. Okay. Wait, good line. Regia. Oh my god. Those keynotes come in so nicely. I could listen to this a lot actually. I know why. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt the piano keyboard. I can't even really speak, but I know why y'all love this song. The lyrics are pretty emotional and still tell a story, but it fits so well. And again, I'm not a techno punk or anything like that kind of guy, which I know is a terrible description of Sleep Token. But this style of music doesn't typically grab me unless it's heavier. And just the emotion and the vibe that you get from the song, to me, sits nicely. And it's going on my save list after this, honestly. and I want to learn this keyboard portion. Ooh, okay. Yeah, Aqua Regia, because I'm gonna keep calling it Regia if I don't pronounce it the way the song says it. It's really beautiful. It's still not necessarily my favorite. I did like Chokehold about the same as it, but I definitely like the summoning more. But given that it's not my typical genre, and I'd still listen to it if I'm out and about in public or longboarding or anything like that, I'd still give it a pretty high rating. So I think I'm gonna go with the 6.5 like I did with Chokehold, just because Chokehold was a little bit, well, sorry, I said 6.5 to 7 for Chokehold, but 6.5 for Aqua Regia, just because it is basically on that same tier for me, but just a step below because it's not my style. But I still understand why everybody loves it, and I'm really happy that you guys recommended it to me. I almost kind of wish I did it as a separate thing like I did with the summoning, just to appreciate it more in its own space. But I'm still not mad in the slightest. It's time for the fifth single off of Take Me Back to Eden, titled Vore. And unfortunately, the video started playing a little bit before we could pause it, so we did get a sneak peek, but we're still fucking stoked. This is what we heard. Fuck yeah! The triple, we're not worthy. Holy. Really heavy, but still good lyrics. That's that's interesting. I hate when I'm trying to first listen to a song and it's not a video or anything, I hate to go back as much as I have been. But the way that they did the heaviness into the whisper and I can't speak over it, I have to go back. Laughing at the lyric. Great screaming. Interesting. I guess sus line. Dude. And then goes back to heavy. I like the lines. True. I'm struggling because I like the instrumentals and I like the changes or the change ups, sorry, in Vore, but the lyrics, even if they have a meaning and a message that are pretty clear, seem bland to me. Don't really grab me. The vocals do, but the lyrics themselves don't. I don't know. Kind of want to take back my We're Not Worthies. I'm at least taking back 2 of the We're Not Worthies there. It might still deserve 1. But I don't know if I don't even really want to finish the last few seconds because I'm sure it's just it cutting out. But I don't know if it's too long. Is that the issue for it? That it lost me about halfway through. I can still appreciate it, but it didn't keep my attention like I wanted to. And I hate to shit on them because I like Sleep Token. I like what they're doing. I like their imagery. Like they've done a really good job as artists. It's just the music itself as someone who's more on the rap or like metal side hasn't really grabbed me enough for me to go out of my way and grab this album yet. But there's been quite a few songs that I would download, like I've said prior. So I don't know. It's a tough coin flip on this one. I think this one deserves like a 6, safe 6, because it's not bad. It had its good moments. Safe 6, 6.5. Not quite. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go 6 because not quite good as Aqua Regia, but still pretty good. So we're not mad. Never mad, but you know. Alright, folks, we've hit our halfway point, technically, with song number 6, Ascensionism. And if you've liked what you've seen so far, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and even hit that notification bell if you want to get notified whenever we do another upload. Typically, it'll be just shorter reactions, but like I said, for our goal of hitting likes across our videos, we have done this album reaction to thank all of you lovely fans and send some love your way for the love you've sent ours. So let's see how high we ascend. Beautiful keynotes. Really beautiful keynotes.
Well, I know what you want.
I can almost hear it going between one ear to another, which I really love when you can tell the production's that good.
You want someone.
And this is a beautiful love song, I think, or meant to be a beautiful love song.
Your reflection, your bitter deception, setting you free.
I really like how Vessel stretches the center of a word instead of the ending when he's singing a lot of the time.
So you take what you want.
When it's a multi-syllable word, at least.
Who made you like this? Who encrypted your dark gospel in body language? Synapses snap back in blissful language. Tell me you met me in past lives, past light, past what might be eating me from the inside, darling. Half algorithm, half deity, glitches in the code, or gaps in a strange dream. Tell me you guessed my future and it mapped onto your fantasy. Tell me into your mannequin and I'll turn you into my puppet create.
Oh! Can't dance for shit, but I love the song. Homie. Oh. And the underlying vocal there, it's louder, or I guess more pronounced and dominant. That's nice. Really nice editing or production. Yes.
as me. My redemption, eternal ascension, setting me free. So I'll take what I want, then leave.
Emotional lyrics, understatement. Really well done. I would put that as a so far close second to the summoning, even still being biased, the fact that I'd heard the summoning previously. Hit a lot of the things that we want and we've been told from Sleep Token in terms of like the change ups, the different lyrical layering, I guess is a way to properly say it. Again, I'm no music expert by any means. I'm just a fan that loves videos and music and wants to share my love with y'all. But Ascensionism definitely gets at least a 7, if not 8. So I'm gonna put it 7.5 for now, which would put it at our second favorite thus far. Like I said, right behind the summoning. Just the slight bias to the summoning in comparison, but Ascensionism was still easily an incredible piece. The heavy parts were beautiful. It had just the right amount of like emotion in the actual lyrics to keep you grabbed to the lyrics themselves and not just the way they're said, unlike a couple of the previous songs. So I just, yeah, I can't say enough good things about it, honestly, which is a good sign when it comes to music. If it leaves you not being able to give a full-on definition of what the song represents prior to having to do research to what the lyrics and such are, I think that's a good sign in music because it just leaves you curious and leaves you enjoying it. It doesn't leave you questioning it in a bad way. So, but that was song numero 6, Ascensionism. And let's get into song number 7 off of Take Me Back to Eden. Are You Really Okay? Which to me kind of screams a punk rock title, but let's see what we're in for. Piano keys. Softer song?
I raised you in the dark, but you redeemed by the sunrise.
I
You wandered from the path through the silence of the
don't
hillside.
like how it fits together.
Don't you know
Something about it just doesn't
I
sit well for me.
could see it in you even then?
It's almost like it's too slow.
Don't you know I was trying
There's too much
to hold
emphasis.
back
This is the first time I'm actually complaining about the vocals. I think, on any Sleep Token song I've ever heard where I'm flat out complaining about it. I'm giving it time to redeem itself, but so far, it's a flop. For me, personally. Again, that's not to say the artist behind it didn't make good music, it's just not my style. Doesn't... I can't... It's more of a storytelling song, at least, so I'll give it a chance. What he's saying is, like, the words are a good story, but the delivery for me is just not there. I feel like a dick saying that. I don't mind the instrumental though. It doesn't scream Sleep Token to me though, from what I've heard. Even this... It's like a 2000s... I can't even think of the right band, but like it doesn't fit what I'd expect from Sleep Token, which is why it's rubbing me the wrong way, I think. A different actual vocalist over that instrumental and with those lyrics to me might be better because it doesn't fit Vessel's style. If he was in a higher tone, maybe it might, or a higher pitch, but the emphasis for me just isn't landing on the right spot, and it's like I said, I can't say that if I heard this, it would be a Sleep Token song. I would think this was a weird, semi-popular, like maybe mid 2000s band along the lines of not necessarily a Nickelback, but like that style where they're not like fast-paced or heavy or punk or anything like that. Like they're just that like decently looking good guy band. They don't have that negative figure or that like dark imagery behind them despite the lyrics being dark, if that makes sense. Enough rambling. I don't mind it here as much, but the instrumentals are almost drowning it out with too much emphasis on them now too. I don't. That's probably one of the first parts of the vocals that I've actually truly enjoyed. It fit nicely. See, like that's what I was saying, like the higher note fit better. To me. It feels more like a cover than what I know of Sleep Token. And I don't mean that as disrespectfully as it's gonna sound. It just doesn't... I don't know. Something about it doesn't grab me until pretty much the end. where the vocals to me finally sit right on it. That's gonna be our least favorite so far. I know we gave Granite a 4, but even Granite to me was more of a good song or a proper Sleep Token song. So I think we're going with a 3 on Are You Really Okay? Because the message behind it and some of what was said and the way it ended appealed to us, but again, it felt like it took too long and it just didn't quite mesh right for me. I don't know if it's my hearing or what. If y'all are better music or musicians or musically inclined, sorry, languages are hard, individuals than I am, please let me know if I'm completely mistaken in thinking that. But for some reason, it just didn't sit right. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it on a different device with a different audio setting and just see if that changes it. But Are You Really Okay was definitely not it for me. I, I, I wanted to skip it. I hate to say it. Well, here's hoping that song number 8 off of the album, The Apparition, can redeem the album for us because unfortunately, Are You Really Okay just was not okay with us. I hate myself too, don't worry. But The Apparition might be better.
Why are you never real? Whenever you appear, you leave me with that grace. I am trembling with fear.
Okay, already I'm kind of hooked to it, which is what I was complaining about missing in the last couple songs that I gave poor ratings to, was just that first tone, first note with a lyric that grabs your attention and just forces you to go, okay, this is going somewhere. And yeah, while it still has time to flop, it's at least grabbed my attention in the first 15, 20 seconds compared to waiting till 4 minutes for me. Which, again, I hate to be so fucking negative about Sleep Token, but I'm one of those people, unfortunately, that I will like one song off of an album or even one song from an artist or up to five. I'm just going to pick a random number 12 songs from an artist, but I won't like their entire catalog. And that is super, super apparent to me with a band like Sleep Token because they're genre fluid, that it makes it harder for me to just listen to an entire selection of them in one go because it's not always that same pace I'm looking for, which is good at times when I'm in a down mood and I want something a little bit more emotional. But if I want to just put something on and clean my house, some of these Sleep Token songs aren't quite it, just because they don't have the pace or the energy I want.
But I know that you will disappear.
This might.
Just as I awake, a whisper in my ear. Well, I believe that somewhere in the past, something was between you and I, my dear, and it remains
A little
with
slow.
me to this day. No matter what I do, the scar will never fade.
Mm, the horn. I know it's digital, but the horn doesn't really do it for me. I don't mind the rhythm, honestly. Be good, like, gaming background noise or something.
So let's make trouble in the dream world. Hijack heaven
Yeah,
with
okay.
memory now. I'll make the most of the journey.
Now that it's sped up, I like it a lot more.
What's left of the burning silence? Don't wait, 'cause this could be the last time you turn up in the reveries of my mind. Or wake up to a suicide frenzy. Loaded dreams still leave me. I believe somewhere in the past, something was between you and I, my dear.
little bit of underlying screaming, I think. I liked that. Not fully my style, but once it sped up, I did like that. I don't hate the fade out either. I'm gonna stop it a little bit early just to talk about it, but I don't hate the fade out. It kind of reminds me of how like hip hop or rap would fade out a little bit more because it was more beat centric than like actual instrumentals. So that was kind of interesting. I I liked it. It grabbed me right off the start, like I said when I initially paused it. Once it sped up, it did keep my attention, and I could see myself putting this on as background noise, so I think it's safe to say a 6 is fair, which compared to the 3 we gave you to Are You Really Okay is a pretty good redemption. Not quite high enough to make us bounce up and down, but still pretty good to enjoy it and vibe to it. So Apparition was not bad at all, but it is time to move on to the alphabet song. Folks, it is now time for song number 9 off the album DYWTYLM, and I'm not going to say what that means until the end of the video, hopefully, as long as I can remember that. So that way y'all can try to figure it out for yourselves if you don't already know. But let's get into it and see. Techno again. I like their punk stuff, so as long as it gets heavy, I don't mind.
Do you roll with the waves? Or do you duck into deep blue safety? Is it always the same?
The vocals actually fit over it pretty well.
Do you wish that you loved me?
A little too upbeat for me.
Do you pull out the chains? Or do you push into constant aching each and every day? Do you wish that you loved me?
The bass comes in nicely. Okay. Bass and kick, I guess it would be. But the drums come in nicely. With what sounds like a string laid over, but it's been distorted.
Is there something you give that you will never receive in return? Do you know what it is?
I don't know if that's the instrumental or if I heard a female vocal there.
Are you trying to live?
I think it's the instrumental and the way they mixed it.
Everything is a lesson to learn. Can you ever forgive?
Yeah, it is. That's
Do you wish that you loved me?
fucking amazing.
My reflection just won't smile back at me like I know it should, and I would turn into a stranger in an instant if I could. And there is something eating me alive, I don't know what it is. Maybe not that you conceal your feelings, they just don't exist. Do you ever believe that we can turn into different people? It's getting harder to be myself. Do you wish that you loved me?
A little bit, I guess, like a fade to it.
Do we ever release
I like it, and I would use the instrumentals, and I don't mind the vocals, but I don't know if I'd listen to it on my personal playlist.
You loved me, do you wish that you loved me? Oh, whoa. Do you wish that you loved me? 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 Oh, whoa. Do you wish that you loved me?
Okay. I'm a little torn on this one. I want to give it a good rating because I enjoyed it, but it's also not something that I would listen to, but I also give it credit for what it is. It it sounds, and I think fans of both bands slash people, artists, however you want to say it, will probably hate me for saying this, but it sounds like an Ed Sheeran mixed song. And I mean that with like the most respect. I actually mean that in a good way. Like it sounds like it's slightly slowed down and given a slightly different like mood to it, but still has that craftsmanship to it and that little bit of just catchy pop to it, even if what he's saying is about a love song and heartbreak or anything like that. Kind of like what an Ed Sheeran would do, where even though it's not a positive, happy-go-lucky, like love is everywhere kind of message, it's still like catching you in a positive way. So I think, like I said, even though it's not something I would listen to frequently, I think I'm gonna go 5.5 on it. Only because it doesn't live up to some of the other sixes that we've had. We like the Apparition, just listen to. But it does still make its way into a good song category for me. It's just it like kind of toes that line, and a 5 feels too weak for it. I don't know. Again, my ratings are just based off personal preference. It's not based off skill or anything silly like that. Any of the things that I say about my ratings, whether I compare notes or anything like that, are just what I'm hearing and what I'm thinking when I hear it. So there's no bias or no professional opinion here. It's just, do I like it or don't I? And why? Now, having finished reviewing and rating Do You Wish That You Loved Me? DYWTYLM, because I gotta complicate things. We're gonna move on to Rain, which is another song that a lot of people in the comment section have actually recommended to me. So I'm pretty excited about this one. A lot of your recommendations like Summoning and Aqua Regia have been pretty high up there on my list, and I've actually ended up saving them. So hopefully Rain goes down there as long as those as well. Let's see.
For so long I've waited,
Beautiful vocals.
so long that I almost became just a stoic statue fit for nobody. And I don't wanna get in your way, but I finally think I can say that the vicious cycle was over the moment you smiled at me.
I like that.
And just like the rain, you cast the dust into nothing and wash out the soul from my head.
I was not expecting that. So typically, like the way that you would think someone describing rain as a negative thing, 'cause people don't really view rain as being a beneficial thing other than, okay, it watered the crops. But the way that he's using rain is metaphorically to say that the person that smiled and cleansed him of the pain washed away all the problems despite the darkness. So even though it was a glooming doom, so to speak, appearing, it helped him cleanse himself once he realized it. I think. Doesn't mean it was a good love, though. Ooh, classic. It's soft again. I actually like the soft points in this. His high notes, Vessel's high notes, are beautiful. Got a little bit of a like stumble in his voice, I guess. I don't know if it's the correct term, but I love that. I still, as much as I like it, I still think it's just like a slight tier below the summoning. The vocals were beautiful. I liked even the softer, slower parts to me were really nice, and I can understand why so many people recommended it because it did fit kind of what I expected from a genre fluid kind of alt punk rock band. I can't properly define these guys, they have too many styles, but it had kind of all the aspects I wanted and would enjoy on a day to day listen. So it's definitely something that I'm going to end up saving. But I can't say that it beats the summoning, and I can say that it's about on par with Ascensionism. So I think I'm going to go 7. 7.5 feels a little bit too generous just because I think Ascensionism still was better, but I think Rain is going to get a 7. I liked what it had to say. I liked what he had to do. I didn't have anything negative to say about it. It just didn't blow me away enough to say that it was better than the summoning. That's all, really. Well, next up we have the 11th song off of Take Me Back to Eden, and actually the title track, Take Me Back to Eden. So hopefully, if you're gonna name an album after a specific song, that song is the best or close to the best. but it does still have a fair bit to live up to after the summoning and rain. So let's see. The background effects are nice. Might be hard to hear. It's a little bit of bird chirping, I think. Kind of sounds like birds on a coast or something.
I dream in phosphorescence, bleed through spaces, see you drifting past the fall, but no one told you where to go. We dive through crystal waters, perfect oceans, but no one told me not to breathe. And now the weightlessness recedes.
Before I think it might get a little heavier or faster. It's a long song. I do apologize for that, but hopefully it lives up to the length. It does seem like it's going to be more of an emotion filled and more like passionate lyric song, as of right now at least. So it might not quite hook us from a listen to it daily standpoint, but it does have that intrigue of somebody's telling an emotional story. Okay. Okay. I'm here for it. You may lose me here just because it slows down again.
Yeah, I spit blood when I wake up. Sink porcelain stain, choking up brain matter and makeup. Just 2 days since the mainframe.
Okay.
And I'm still messed up. Room feels like a meat freezer. I dangling like cold cuts. Missed calls, answer phones from people I just don't trust. Mirror talk, fake love, but I'll take a pound of your flesh before you take a piece of my pay stuff. White roses, black doves, godmother, rise up. I need you to see me for what I have become. My mind, those eyes like fire. I'm a winged insect, you're a funeral pyre. Come now, bite through these wires. I'm a waking hell and the gods grow tired. Reset my patient violence along both lines
I like this actually. Doesn't make you like get up and dance or anything like that, but it's nicely done and it really showcases a few different aspects of them without being too poppy. I don't know. And it's only halfway, like, or a little over halfway, sorry. But it's one of those, like, this has. Mm, I know they're showcasing another aspect of them, but I don't know if this is the way to do it, personally. I was starting to raise my rank, but not so much anymore, unfortunately. Yeah, you've lost me. I like this portion though. I like it. I don't know if the rest of the song is just kind of botched it for me, but I like it. It needed this heaviness. Yeah, like I think it. I think it truly needed that heaviness at the end to at least give it life. Because there was parts of the song that were okay, but the really slow just kind of drowned it, almost drowned out portions, just lost me. So there was like two parts, the ending there where it was heavier, and a portion probably around here-ish. Yeah, where it's more of a spoken word or rap kind of style opposed to singing, where it, like those change-ups really grabbed me and made me like it. But other portions of the song, like here, again, I appreciate the emotion in the lyrics and I like the actual lyrics themselves to an extent, but I'm just not overwhelmed or impressed by that portion of the song. And being 8 minutes and half of it being roughly that, it kind of ruined it for me. So sadly, the title song, I think we're giving us 5.5. No, 6. It was at least better than Do You Wish That You Loved Me. Still not good enough for me to scream title song. I kind of understand why it would be the title song. It's a fucking fantastic name, and it sums up their image and how they use the angels and the masks and stuff. It works with it so well, but to me, definitely not the best song on the album so far. But we only have one song left, and that final song is Euclid. Might have said that as wrong as well, but we'll find out when we hear it. So thank you all for staying this long, and let's get into our final song. Final song, final song, how far our journey's come. Let us get to it and see if we're mispronouncing Euclid. Piano keys.
Just run it back, give me 5 whole minutes. I am thick on the inside burning. I've got a ghost in the hallway grinning and a heavy head that won't stop turning. If my fate is a bad collision, and if my mind is an open highway, give
I don't
me
hate
the
it.
twilight two-way vision. Give me one last ride on a sunset skylake. Call me when you get the chance.
The digital voice. Like is Skrillex coming in? Nope. Back to piano. Okay. Thank God. I don't mind it. I just don't like the digital voice here.
Do you remember me? When the rain gathers.
It's the right song.
Do you still believe
I like the back and forth.
that nothing else matters? For me, it's still the autumn leaves. These ancient canopies that we used to lay beneath. No, I know the night belongs to you. This power's broken through. I must be someone new.
I like the underlying vocal, like the two different lyrics going on. But then the digital part kind of ruins it. don't mind the soft kind of outro, honestly. I think that's pretty high up there for songs off this album for us. Like, I wouldn't say it's, excuse me, anywhere near the summoning level or Ascensionism. I think it's 6 or 6.5 is a safe bet. Not fully our style, but we didn't hate it. We didn't. I'm gonna go 6. Just yeah, 6. Just because I didn't like the digital voice at times. This is literally the only part that I actually kind of complained about, I guess, listening to this. Other than that, I was kind of just enjoying it, going back and forth with it, just having a decent time. And it didn't end an album on a terrible note either, so I kind of want to give it a little bit of credit for that, even though I'm not factoring that into the score. Like, it covered a lot of their styles, but it wasn't as strong as the intro Chokehold was. So it kind of balanced it, but didn't balance it. It was a weird way to describe it. Yeah, I don't know how to put it into proper wording in terms of like it being a good outro, but to me it doesn't hurt the album being an outro. Whereas I think if you left Take Me Back to Eden as the outro, it might hurt it. I'm sure you guys might understand what I mean, and if you don't, I would love to understand what you think, or see what you think, sorry, down below in the comments. As always, with any of my reactions, I'd like to go back and forth with y'all to see if I missed something or if you have information I don't, just because I like to do these a little bit blind and not have too much knowledge, so that way I can't ruin the experience for all of us. But that was song number 12, Euclid. So we're going to head to our wrap up shortly here. If you've made it this far, or even if you've only picked certain songs from the full album, as it is a pretty long video at this point, I'm sure, I do greatly appreciate y'all, and I would love to know what your favorite song off of the album Take Me Back to Eden, or even just your favorite Sleep Token song is down in the comments below. If it's not something that we've listened to prior or heard on our channel, we can always make a video or some content on it as well, and we would be very grateful for some new suggestions on any other bands. Like I just finished mentioning, if you've got any suggestions, let us know down below. We have finished up on Take Me Back to Eden, and honestly, it was a pretty good album. I don't know if I would put it up there in my top 50. Again, just picking kind of a BS number, but it definitely had its good ones. Like, The Summoning was our number one, being definitely an 8. We had Ascensionism at number 2, being our 7.5, and then Rain at 7, with a lot of the other ones pretty close behind those. The only one that truly flopped for us was, I guess, sorry, the only two that truly flopped for us were Granite and Are You Really Okay? Just because they were too poppy for us or too slow for us. They didn't quite grab me the way that I want a Sleep Token song to, or the way that I expect a Sleep Token song to. And they didn't really have that artistic flavor I wanted either, which I kind of appreciate. Even in Sleep Token songs that I don't love or don't grab me immediately, I can still usually find something that I go, at least that aspect of the song I can give a ton of credit to. Those two songs, sadly, not so much. As a whole, if we were to rate the album out of 10, I'd probably give it, I think, a safe 7, which is probably about what the average ends up working out if I wanted to do the real math. I'd pick 3, maybe 4 songs, I think I said, as we went, that I would definitely save. And I think I've already got the summoning saved from when we did our prior reaction. But there's not a ton of albums that I even get a third of saved. So that to me is already a good sign. As always, I thank you guys a lot for being a part of our community. If you'd like to join us in our Discord at NvrLnd, the link will be on our channel as well as in the description. You can also catch us live where we listen to music and play games on our Twitch at twitch.tv/NvrNrml. That's twitch.tv/NvrNrml. And we will certainly be back because we love you all and you've shown us a lot of love, and it's always appreciated from our side. So as we continue down our journey in the music, let's keep it going and keep having fun with it. Until next time, peace out, Girl Scouts. It's your boy, signing off.